Alright everyone, today we'll be looking at the top 25 Jurassic World Survival Wave 2 Dino figures. Huge thank you to Flumbo for helping me pull out most of the models from the Jurassic World Play app. There's some repeats, so we didn't pull those out, but as you can see, we've got all the danger packs here and everything. So up first is Champsosaurus, coming in at community ranking 6 with 3,300 votes. Much deserving of that, even though it's just a danger pack. It's a fun looking little figure, so that's just awesome for it. And then next up we have the next frenzy pack being Scelidosaurus. Unfortunately for this guy, it did not receive such good treatment from the community, being ranked 21st, which is the lowest. Even though there are 25, some are tied for things, but only had 150 votes. I'm guessing that's because we didn't have a proper look at the skin for it yet, because textures couldn't be pulled out, so I had to paint these myself. As you can kind of tell, they look a bit low budget. I did rush it a bit, so don't judge the paint too harshly. But Deinonychus is actually ranked 5th with 3,750 votes, so that's crazy. People are very excited for Deinonychus, and hopefully it's got a good paint scheme. I like the Jurassic World Live one, so I decided that would be the inspiration. Same with Scelidosaurus, and the Champsosaurus inspiration was Nothosaurus. This Pachycephalosaurus, even though it looks like Stitchy Moloch, is ranked 14th, tied for 14th with 650 votes. I do hope in person the actual toy looks more like Pachycephalosaurus, but this is what was from the Play app, a more Stitchy Moloch looking Pachycephalosaurus. I'm not too sure. I'm hoping that's just the model in the game and not the toy. I'm really hoping it looks more Pachycephalosaurus-like, because I would get it. But then up next we have Estemmenosuchus, ranked 16th. With 450 votes. It's not the best looking Estemmenosuchus. Like, it's got like an exaggerated crown, I guess, for the mutant thing, and I don't know if it pulls it off correctly. And the tusks as well. I feel like there's a bit of an over exaggeration going on in the facial area, and if it was toned down a bit, it would have been perfect. Then here we have Rhamphorynchus. Apparently it's getting either a repack or repaint. It's ranked 19th, of course, so third lowest, because it is a repack, so it makes sense. You know, we've already had it before. People aren't too hyped for it. But then next up, moving on to the strike attacks. Quite the ones that I find most exciting. The exciting one is in here. But ranked 18th, tied 18th, Dromaeosaurus with how many votes? 216. So it makes sense. The paint scheme wasn't the best, although the model was pretty cool in itself. So there is that. And then we have Yuxisaurus, which is the second lowest. Of course, it's just a repack, so of course people aren't too hyped up for it. It is ranked 20th with 162 votes. Pretty low, but I mean, it does make sense considering the figure was released with the exact same paint. And please excuse, this is probably like the worst paint scheme I did for all of the digitally painted ones, just because, you know, it's been released before. I was just like, I'm just gonna fly through it because I didn't want to get this video out today. But then we have up next Strike Attack Mutadon, ranked 9th, surprisingly, with 1,242 votes. I'm not the biggest fan of the, you know, Mutadons of the Mattel mainline. They haven't been too great. I do think this one, people have been saying they think it's a bit better than the, you know, the Ultimate Damage Mutadons. So we're waiting to see. I think it looks okay. It's not too bad. But I'm more excited for the Hammond Collection one. Although, even though the paint's a bit off, I'm still excited for it. Then up here, Dunkleosteus, my absolute favorite one from this line. So awesome. It's ranked 4th. No shock there. 3,780 votes. Much deserving of this. This was one of the highest quality mobile models I've ever seen. It had 55,000 faces. For reference, normally mobile models have 10,000 faces. So that was just insane to see that, and it just makes me so excited for the toy. Then, ranked 2nd, actually, is Stomatosuchus with 4,899 votes. So that's just absolutely crazy. Much deserving. It just looks so awesome and so unique with that, you know, mouth crazy thing going on. It's just so awesome. But then up here, we have Cryolophosaurus. So where did that rank at among the community? It ranked 12th with 897 votes. Also, some of the early ones for the frenzy packs, I upped the votes. You know, like say only 2,500 people voted, I times it by 2 their votes, just because normally my voting areas will get like 5,000 votes after the dedicated time period, and the frenzy packs only came out yesterday, so they didn't have time to cool down. But anyway, ranked 13th is Metriacanthosaurus. It's an interesting Stegosaurus Metriacanthosaurus hybrid. Not too sure what's going on with the Thagomizer tail. It is interesting, but yeah. Then Triceratops. Unfortunately, no new model in the play app. Same with Rhamphorynchus. Just a repurposed thing. Although the actual new toy does look cool. It's got 483 votes, so it is ranked 15th. I do like Triceratops, so I'm excited for it. Then up here, Liopleurodon. This one got done dirty by the community. So ranked 18th tied. That is incredibly low for a gigantic thrasher with only 216 votes. Most people aren't a fan of it. They don't like that it's not paleo accurate to Liopleurodon. I don't mind it. I think, you know, if it was just a sea monster, I think it looks pretty gnarly, in all honesty. And then Torvosaurus. This one I actually am not the biggest fan of, in all honesty, even though the community prefers it. Ranked 14th, tied for 14th with 650 votes. Yeah, it more looks like Saurophagonex, you know, rather than the actual Torvosaurus. It needs a much longer snout. Then up here we have Tylosaurus. This model just looks like a Mosasaurus remodel, I guess. But it is ranked 11th. The actual toy does look pretty cool. It's not the Jurassic Park, the game one. But I think 1,054 votes for it is justified because regardless, it looks cool. Whether it's, even if it's not using that Jurassic Park, the game design, I still think it does look pretty good for a Tylosaurus. One of the greatest Tylosaurus designs. Then, ranked 7th, actually, with 1,840 votes, is the upcoming Mutant Giganotosaurus. I forgot what it's called. It's like Roar and Strike, maybe. But yeah, I think it's a pretty gnarly design. Then, ranked 17th with only 300 votes, we've got the Velociraptor and Vehicle pack, so it makes sense. It's a bit of a weird paint scheme. Then, actually 10th is the Exkrinatosaurus and the Vehicle pack with human. Makes sense. It comes with a bonus human that you can just have to create an army or whatever. Then, ranked 8th, tied for 8th with 1,380 votes, is the upcoming D Rex. So this has been found in stores as well, and it is tied with the Indominus Rex, the ultimate damage one. So yeah, pretty good models. But of course we do have to move on to the next one, which is the T Rex, tied for 3rd with 4,600 votes. Absolutely insane right there, just below Stomatosuchus. And I'm saying it's tied because apparently we're getting a reimagined T Rex set with Nick Van Owen and a female T Rex, which if it's with Nick Van Owen, it has to be Doe, hopefully. So I'm going to assume that would be ranked there. And then ranked number 1, I didn't really do a vote for Brachiosaurus, but there was one I did a while ago, and it ended up with the Brachiosaurus getting 5,100 votes. So I'm going to say this is ranked first. We pulled this model from the Facts app, which only has Rebirth and Survival Line toys so far. So it means a Brachiosaurus toy is incoming, which is incredibly exciting, especially considering this year is the 25th anniversary of Jurassic Park 3. We could hopefully get a green Brachiosaurus. But yeah, we'll chop here for more. See you later. Bye, everyone.